everybody, Teresa here with a super quick video today about one of my favorite sewing tools, the point turner. This is a Prym brand point turner, but there are lots of different ones that work in very similar ways. This one in particular, I do like the size and the shape. I find it quite ergonomic and easy to use. I'm going to tell you all the ways that I like to use mine, including a few ways you might not know about. So the most common use for this tool is going to be turning something like this. This is a cuff. You can also use it if you're doing like a fly zipper or maybe for a collar. I have stitched both ends with the right sides facing. This is folded in half along this top edge here. I need to then turn this inside out, trying to maintain a good crisp corner there. So I have clipped all the way into the corner to minimize the amount of fabric bulk there. Turning it inside out just with my fingers. As you can see, it's difficult to get a very crisp edge. It's relatively rounded there. I do know some people might use a chopstick, so if I bring a chopstick in there, it does make it a little bit better, but it's definitely still pretty rounded at the edge there. If I use my point turner, I can actually make it really super crisp, and it is like a perfect angle. I will show you on the opposite side as well. So if I am going to be turning it inside out, I can actually take this point turner and pop it inside the seam as I turn. And then I have that corner popping right out. Nice and neat. As a bonus, this needs to now be pressed in half. So I'm supposed to be pressing along this interfacing line. A good little tip you can use this tool for, instead of going to do a proper iron with an iron, or doing a finger press, to get a pretty good line along that area, you just hold it with your fingers and you're going to use this smooth edge to actually just press. And it forms a pretty good crease along there. So you may need to go over a couple of times to make sure that it's nice and firmly against there. But that's actually formed a pretty decent crease, so you can use that in lieu of actually going to the iron to press it flat. This can also be used for turning out something that's got more of a curve. So this is a collar stand attached to a collar and a shirt, and I'm going to be turning this inside out. I want to try and maintain this curve along here, so I'm going to use the rounded edge of the point turner to try and push that seam out neatly. And then I have a nice smooth curve. Another lesser known use of this tool is to use it to make markings on the wrong side of your fabric using dressmaker's carbon paper. So this type of paper has a waxier side and a papery side. You would place it with the waxy side down. You can obviously use a tracing wheel, which is what I would typically use most times for this. But if you're going to be making, say, a specific point that you want to mark on there, that you want to make sure that you adhere to when you're sewing, I actually prefer to use the rounder edge, as if that was sort of the tip of a pen, to make a kind of marking. And you can go a little crisscross in a very similar way. You're then going to have a much more clean line that you're going to have compared to the dotted line that you're going to get from my normal tracing wheel. So I hope you can understand why that is one of my favorite sewing tools. I use it a whole heck of a lot. I'm planning to do a whole series of videos on my favorite sewing tools. So if there's a particular tool that you're curious about, something that maybe you have and you don't use, you're wondering if you want to get, let me know in the comments down below and I can do a video on that specific tool. If you know more usages for the point turner that I don't know about, I really want to hear about that as well. Do let me know. If you like this video, I do always appreciate if you give me a like. It really helps my channel. Consider subscribing if you want to see more, and I will see you again soon. Bye!